The Lawless 20s. We bring you another in the regular weekly series of radio dramatizations of personalities and institutions that sprang out of the Lawless 20s and combined to give that era its notoriety. The events depicted in this series are based upon actual files, but for obvious reasons, fictitious names and places have been substituted. We take you now to the managing editor's office in a large metropolitan newspaper.
All right, honey. Get that out of here right quick, will you? That's it.
Hey, you wanted to see me, Chief?
Yes, Bob. I think I've got a little job here that you can handle for me.
Uh-huh.
How'd you like to tackle a little sob stuff?
Sob stuff? Oh, gee, that's hardly in my line, Chief.
Probably means a byline for you over the story.
Say, that's different. I'd even welcome a chance to write obituaries if it meant getting my name at the head of the story. All right, what's the assignment?
Well, I want you to do a rehash on the Saxon case. It happened back about 1928, as I remember. You can get the exact date out of the morgue files.
Right.
And there's one thing that I might caution you against, though, before you begin, Bob.
And what's that, Chief?
Don't make the same mistake many of these maudlin movie writers make by painting rats like Dixie Dennis as some kind of a cross between a Robin Hood and a Jesse James.
Uh-huh.
When you get the files on the Saxon case, you'll be able to see what a ruthless, cruel killer Dixie really was.
And what happened in the case, Chief?
Well, it might help you if I gave you a little of the background on the case. About the time it happened, Dixie was Big Mike Teen's bodyguard. Now, Big Mike treated him more like a kid brother than like a bodyguard. But that wasn't enough for Dixie. He wanted to be the main squeeze. So he and Skeets Houston, Big Mike's driver, planned to liquidate Big Mike and take over.
It's like I told you, Dixie. The big shot just called the garage and told me to pick you up. He wants to go over and look at that new still.
This is the chance we've been waiting for, Skeets. He don't suspect nothing. Be like taking pennies from a poor box.
Yeah, maybe. But how about Murph and the other boys? What are they going to say?
You leave them to me. Once Big Mike's out of the way, I ain't worried. I can take care of Murph. Oh, okay. Hey, there's Big Mike waiting over there. Pull over.
Right.
All right, hello, Skeets. Let's get going.
Right, Chief.
I told you took the wrong fork back there, Skeets. We're off on a dirt road. Where do you...
Sit tight, big shot.
Huh?
One road's as good as another for all the riding you got left.
What? Hey, if this is a gag, I ain't laughing. What goes on?
Well, it's like this, Mike. You've been a pretty good guy, but you've been standing in my way. I got ideas.
Why,
you
you
ain't gonna-
crazy little punk. I picked you up out of the gutter, and I'll throw you back there face down.
Them pretty strong words, chum. I wouldn't do so much moving if I was you. This cannon I got in my hand ain't exactly an ornament.
How about up there, Dixie? I can pull in off the road between them two trees.
Right.
You won't get away with this, you little rat. I got too many friends in this town.
Okay, big shot. Out.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You ain't going through with this, Dixie. After all I done for you? Why, we've been friends, and I give you everything you wanted.
Sure. You ain't a bad guy, Mike. There ain't nothing personal in this. Come on. Out the door.
But look, you can't do this to me, Dixie. I've been good to you. You can't do this.
Come on. Let's put some territory between us and this place. Murph Tillison's here, Dixie. Want I should send him in, huh?
Yeah. And come on in with him. I don't want you to hear what I got to say.
Okay.
Wow. You sure look at home in Big Mike's chair, Dixie. I'd almost guess you've been measuring yourself for a long time. Meaning nothing. Only you was Big Mike's bodyguard, wasn't you? Funny thing how he got himself all shot up.
I think Mike's been getting a little bit chesty lately, Dixie. Maybe he was measuring himself for Big Mike's chair, too, huh?
Got it, Skeets. You know what I wanted to see you about, Murph. How come the alky sales on the north side been falling off?
Well, the stuff we've been trying to sell them's rotten. Them cookers don't even try to get the poison out of it. It's already sent a couple of guys to the hospital.
I don't ask you to drink it, do I? All you got to do is sell it. What do you care what happens to the suckers that buy it? Where you falling off worst?
All over the north side. Diamond Joe Regal's got a pretty big joint over there near the high school. He won't even let our drivers put the stuff in.
Well, let's go visit this guy, Diamond Joe, huh? Maybe he ain't heard that there's a new guy running this show. He can't get away with the kind of stuff that he pulled with Big Mike.
Hi, Joe. Got a couple of guys I want you to meet.
Ain't you guys giving up trying to peddle me that poison you're bottling? Now, look, I told you yesterday that 2 kids got good and sick in here drinking it. And the school principal's after
I'm Dixie Dennis, chum. That's my alky you're talking about. I didn't come here to get conversational. I came down to tell you that you're taking 10 cases a week.
Is this guy kidding, wife?
There's a guy back there at the table.
He's waiting for his kid. Drives her home from school. Why?
Get him out of here.
Why, you little squid, Hey, now, wait a minute, fella. Put that rod away. All right, I'll get him out. I'm sorry, Mr. Saxon, but I'm closing up. You'll have to wait outside.
Oh, you're closing up, Joe? At this time of day, why,
Nobody asked you to beat your gums. Beat it.
Oh, all right.
All right, Joe. Let's talk business. You're gonna be reasonable.
Look out, Dixie. He's got a bunk
I'll
starter.
train you little punk.
Come on. Let's beat it out of here.
Hey, who's that guy that they call Saxon that was in here?
I don't know. Well, he can put the finger on both of us. Find out who he is and where we can lay our hands on him.
Hello?
Hello, Saxon.
Yes?
I hear you've been talking to the DA.
Who is this?
I hear you picked out the picture of a couple of mugs and swear they was in Diamond Joe's place the day he was killed.
If you're trying to intimidate me, you haven't a chance.
You ain't been down to pick up your kid at the high school today, have you? Well, never mind doing it. We done it for you.
Well, what do you mean?
Nice-looking filly she is, Saxon. Be a shame if she was to get hurt now, wouldn't it?
You can't frighten me. There's a law in this land, or I'll go
Sure,
to...
there's a law in this land. And just like you say, I'll tell your kid all about it. Just before.
Just before? Just before what?
Well, just before what happens to her right after you shoot your mouth off. Then later, a lot later, we'll let her go swimming in a Kelly suit.
A Kelly suit?
Yeah. When she goes swimming, we wouldn't want she should catch cold, so we're fixing to put her feet in some nice, warm cement.
You wouldn't dare. Hello? Hello, operator. Operator. Oh, trace that call. What? Oh, it came from a pay booth. Oh, thank you, operator. But my daughter, her life is in danger. I can't,
You've got to, Mr. Saxon. This is bigger than you and me. Men like you aren't willing to help us rid this state of murdering.
But don't you see, Mr. District Attorney? It's not for myself that I'm afraid. It's my daughter. They've got my
Yes,
daughter.
I know exactly how you feel. It's a lot I'm asking, but you must go through with your identification of Dennis and Murph Tilson as the men in Diamond Joe's place.
But my daughter, what will happen to her? It's 3 days now since they took her. Every night they phone me. Every night they threaten the most horrible things.
We're doing everything in our power to find her, Mr. Saxon. We have every reason to hope that she's all right.
Every reason to hope. That's not enough, Mr. District Attorney. I must know. I'm going crazy. Those phone calls,
Look, Mr. Saxon, why don't you go home and get some rest, I think we'll have some good news for you tomorrow.
I'll go home. But I don't expect that I'll get any rest. Hello? This is Saxon.
Hello, sucker. Time's getting short. Don't you want to see your kid no more?
I do. Look, I'll do anything. I must see my daughter. Is she all right?
So far.
I've made up my mind to play ball. I won't talk. I just want my girl, Blake.
I know you're being smart. If you want your kid, meet me on the Clayville Road. But come alone.
How do I know that you aren't going
You
to...
don't. That's what makes it interesting. If you tell anybody, or if you bring somebody, you'll never see that kid of yours again.
I'll come. Alone. I won't answer it. It's the police. If they interfere, I'll never see her again. But I can't answer it. My daughter's life. I must go. All right, I'll answer it. Hello.
Oh, hello, Saxon. Is that you?
Yes.
This is the DA.
I can't speak to you. I must go out.
Thank heavens we caught you in time. We have your daughter. She's safe and sound.
But the telephone call. I just had a call to go out to the Clayville Road.
Huh?
They said they had her, that I'd never see her again
That's
if
all I wanted to know. And Dennis got away. That was his last stab at shutting you up. I'll keep your date on Clayville Road.
Do you think it's a good idea to hang around here like this, Dixie? Suppose that guy squeals to the coppers,
Shut
huh?
up. I told you to let me do the thinking.
Okay.
He's too scared to go to the police. He thinks we got his kid.
Hey, Dixie. I see headlights coming down the road. This must be him now.
Ah, good. Now, when he gets here, Skeets, you flash your lights. I'll tell him to get out of his car and come over for his kid. Then Murph lets him have it. You got that?
Okay, I got it. Hey, Dixie, look.
Huh?
Them headlights got red in them.
It's the cops. I told you so. I know it.
Shut up
I
and
know
get that seat moving. You, Murph, in the back seat with the Tommy gun.
Right.
Let them have it as soon as they come into range. Well, what are you waiting for, Murph? Shoot back. What's the use? They're not in range. They're using high-powered rifles.
Hey, they got a tire. Hang on. We're gonna crash!
Well, that saves us the necessity of a trial, and Mr. Saxon is going to be able to take that well-earned rest with his daughter.
And that, Bob, ended Dixie Dennis's control of our local bootleg ring. His vicious and bloodthirsty career came to a very appropriate end. Although many of us would have preferred to have him hanging from a tree than wrapped around one.
Well, it was through no fault of his that he didn't murder off Saxon. I suppose that was the customary method of silencing witnesses in those so-called good old days, huh?
Yes, Bob. There were 3 ways of dealing with a witness in the bootlegger's book. Buy him off, intimidate him, or in the last extreme, kill him.
Nice characters those boys were. Okay, Chief, I'll do my best with it. You know, it might be a good idea to recall to the public's mind just how bad those good old days were.
Right, Bob. They can't fail to realize that those good old days are good days to have behind us.